It's the NFL on EA Sports. And this defense features Micah Parsons.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0. The kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And normally in this spot, we talk about passing numbers from last week, but this time, it's all about the rushing. 3 times he found the end zone in his last ball game. He is a do-everything quarterback, and you have to expect we'll see him call his own number here as well.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Marquise Bell in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Here's Richardson to throw. Running the slant, and he finds Mitchell. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Now Richardson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Rose, and he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. The heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. The Lance going to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. And Lance now to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try the left side. Rose pushes past him. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Able to power through. And oh, he's just going to be short here. Barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Off of play action, here's Lance. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Lance to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete. On 4th down, Matt Araiza is sent on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Richardson looking to throw. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. From the 35, here's 2nd down and 3. Richardson looking to throw this. Well, a tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And Gay knocks this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Rose.
And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. Now a 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Lance. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Lance looking to throw it.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
The Cowboys hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun, it's Lance. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 31-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Here's Lance. They'll set up the screen to Vaughn.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 15-yard line. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Vaughn on 1st and 10.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Rodney Thomas gets to him for the stop. 2nd down and 6 now.
Up the middle they go. Rose. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4.
Working from the gun, Lance. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
8 yards on the touchdown pass.
And the Cowboys are able to stretch out their lead.
They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That's caught. It's Josh Downs.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Now it's Richardson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Richardson. Got a man, it's complete to Jelani Woods.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
They'll set up.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it now.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
This offense so far on third down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Now Lance.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up.
From the 35 on 2nd down.
Richardson.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 23. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
So here are the Cowboys to take over.
They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Rose.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Here is 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Lance. That is caught.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Looking to throw. Lance.
Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Lance had his hands on it but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Lance looks to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 36. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
The Lance going to throw.
Over the middle, complete. That's Rose. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
So on 4th down, out is Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal.
From the right hash, this from 53. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Oh, some strong running.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, that one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Shotgun now for Lance. A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Rose.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offense number 1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Lance now to throw.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Franklin.
And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be.
Lance now on 3rd and goal.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
So on 4th down, out is Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Second and 5. Richardson looking to throw.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Richardson shotgun on third down. He gets this complete to Mitchell. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line. Here's Richardson to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Now Richardson.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Richardson hit it, he fumbles it.
It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's third and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Over the middle, it's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
To throw, it's Lance. Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
From the gun, it's Lance.
And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Here's second and 10. Lance looking to throw it.
Caught on the slant. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Giants who have the lead as they approach halftime. Malik Neighbors, a touchdown reception. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Christian McCaffrey with a couple of touchdowns there. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Jonathan Mingo with a touchdown catch from Bryce Young. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's Lance. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ferguson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, it's Rose. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Here's Lance to throw it.
And his throw is incomplete.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Eluding the pressure right. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. Lance.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Juju Brents.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. Ball on the 27, here's 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Lance.
He'll get that complete to Franklin.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick 6. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Lance.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. From the gun on third down, Lance. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 12-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Vaughn.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Lance. This will be caught just inside the 10. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Working from the gun, Lance.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
The IND offense at the line and set to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Now it's Richardson.
And that is incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. That's taken on the 25. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation. How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field.
And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Richardson looking to throw this.
To the right side, complete to Taylor. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
From the shotgun, Richardson. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 33. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Throwing now is Lance. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Now Lance.
He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now, the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time. Back now in Indianapolis. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. Just a gain of a couple there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Richardson.
Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a pretty anemic, a very anemic, 1 for 9 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Richardson hit it, he fumbles it.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
And now a stoppage, and it looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Flush to his right. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The Lance going to throw.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
3rd and 4. The Lance now to throw.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Throwing here, Dobbs. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Lance. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now Lance again. And this one quickly to Lamb. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys 1st down as he's across midfield to the 48.
Back to throw again. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Rose. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Running behind center with Vaughn.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
On the draw, it's Vaughn.
Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Shotgun now for Lance. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
To throw, it's Lance. And that one too wide and incomplete. 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Lance.
This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Dobbs to throw. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
And that will be incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Lance looking to throw it.
And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Running left is Miller. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3.
So it's a win here for the Cowboys, and it was Trey Lance, CD, who really led the way.
Yeah, some of these DBs are going to be tossing and turning tonight, partner. He really had their number. Wound up with well over 300 yards passing and 2 touchdowns to boot.